for this event.
Right.
How did you do it?
Several of them drove. A couple of us working full-time had to drive. But the funding comes through playing concerts, through the museums, hopefully some record sales that allow us to, regain the expenses. We're not looking for a profit, just our expenses.
Right. The record that you have made is this one that you've made, right? Only one, or are there others?
One's the only one available right now. We have a second one that we want to complete at the end of the year. The first one that's available is
Again, where are you from?
California specifically, and the men being music majors or graduates as music majors from the California State University at Long Beach.
All right. Could you tell us the name of some of these instruments, especially the one the man is holding right back there? What is it called? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What is the name of that?
The largest one is E-flat tuba, and it does go over the shoulder, what we were talking about before.
Of course, the drums and cornet, is that what that is?
Right.
Where did you get these instruments?
Actually, there's 3 main collectors in the United States that we knew of, one being Fred Binkovic, another Mark Elrod, and then back on the West Coast, Norm Bartold. But both Fred and Mark have been very helpful in sharing information with us, resources, and when they found out we were serious about what we were doing in the field of Civil War music, they allowed us to buy and trade instruments from their collection personally to help get us started.
Were they used in the Civil War?
There's a real good chance they were, because these are all original instruments and they were made anywhere from 1861 to 64. So they could have been made at the end of the war and never played. They could have been made at the beginning and on the field. We don't have the documentation, but we do know they were made in the time period.
Do you plan to continue this after you graduate?
Well, I graduated in '76, so I'm continuing.
Right.
But many of the fellas have. It's been a pretty consistent band over the last 3 years. So I hope we do. There seems to be every indication towards that.
Oh. Thank you very much.
Get his name for the record.
Yes, what's your name?
Oh, Bob Wiebe, bandmaster.
Spell it.
W-I-E-B-E.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vicksburg's Ethiopian minstrels are proud to present to you, for the first time on this or any other worldwide stage, Vicksburg's Ethiopian minstrels. Our lead-off tonight will be a song dear to the hearts of many a Southerner, and especially dear to the hearts of the 23rd Alabama Regiment, which is holding the line behind you here. Our leading song, and if you know it, please help us with the chorus, is Oh, Susanna. Come from Alabama with a band of Going to Louisiana, I threw up for the sea. It rained all night the day I left, the weather it was dry. Sun so hot I froze to death, Susanna, don't you cry. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. For I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. I had a dream the other night, but everything was good. I saw Susanna coming down the hill. We came together, tear was in her eye. As I am coming from the south, Susanna, don't you cry. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. For I come from Alabama with my angel on my knee.
I'm Captain Samuel Keller, Commander of Company H, 47th Indiana Volunteer Infantry.
What is the situation report today?
Well, today, the 25th of May, we're getting ready to shift our tactics. Up until now, of course, having invested the city of Vicksburg, General Grant attempted on May 19th and May 22nd to attack the city and hopefully win a quick conclusion to this campaign. Regrettably, these attacks have failed with considerable loss to our forces. And in fact, that pungent odor that you can smell is the corpses of the federal soldiers rotting out in the field. I have heard rumors from brigade headquarters that there's talk of a truce so that the dead can be buried, but this is unconfirmed at this time. These attacks having failed, we're now going to change into conventional siege warfare. Our engineering officers will lay out formal trenches paralleling the Confederate works. These will be, of course, dug by the private soldiers, and we'll dig up what are called approaches, which are zigzag trenches up towards the Confederate works. When we get close, we can use explosives, close-range artillery, and rifle fire in an attempt to subdue and batter down the Confederate works. And this is a much longer process, and in fact, our chief ally in this situation is not so much the artillery shell and the rifle, but starvation for the enemy.
How long do you expect it will take you to bring? The siege, how long do you think it'll take?
That's a question of grand strategy that a mere captain of infantry doesn't really dwell in. My opinion is that it's going to take some time. We do have the city sealed off. In addition to feeding his army, Confederate General Pemberton is also faced with the fact that the Vicksburg civilians are going to require food. It could take several weeks, it could take several months. It'd be difficult to predict at this time. My pickets on the forward picket line, about 200 yards in front of us, quite often they have informal conversation with the Confederate pickets. What we can determine from what they're saying is they're already desperate to try and trade us for food. So shortages have already developed amongst the Confederate infantry and the civilian population.
As a military commander, what is your opinion of what is happening to the civilian population in the city?
War is a horrible thing. I went through the Mexican War campaign as a private in the 2nd United States Infantry. So I've had previous war experience with the horrors of war in Mexico. And my experience 13 years later is nothing has really changed. War is still terrible. It is unfortunate that civilians get caught in the way. This happened at Veracruz in '47. It's happening in Vicksburg in '63. Militarily, the individuals in the city, the civilians, are pawns. They're there consuming food. There is no possible way we can let them out, because if we do, that's fewer mouths for Pemberton to feed. They're going to have to be compelled to stay in the city and suffer the fate that the city suffers.
Okay.
Corporal Boyd, it's time to relieve your picket.
Yes, sir. We've been discussing that, right?
Oh, I'm happy to hear that, Corporal.
Abide with me. Let me get the picket relieved, and then I'll just do it.
We'd like to know the picket line, where are the breakfast is, and we need more sandbags. Is this all that we got?
Scattered probably.
It's not there now.
Okay, we'll go ahead and take all of these. I want to set them against them a lot better. So we'll get that up there, filling all of them. It's looking real good.
Jay, Charlie will be your relief.
Oh, yeah.
I believe
Have that aerosol can.
Too many.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, two of them.